Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the wildest corner of reality TV chaos, where the drama hits harder than a plot twist on Love and Hip Hop. Buckle up, because we just got hit with the nuclear bomb nobody saw coming. Mendeecees Harris's secret second marriage photos have leaked, and Yandy Smith is straight up shattering into a million pieces right before our eyes. Picture this. After all the prison bids, the baby mama wars, the $1,000,000 comebacks, and that picture-perfect blended family we all thought was unbreakable, Mendeecees has been hiding a whole wife. These jaw-dropping pictures snapped in a candlelit Miami mansion, Mendeecees in a custom tux, mystery bride and Vera Wang dripping in diamonds hit the internet like a freight train. The ring, the kiss, the idos, it's all there. Timestamped just months after Yandy renewed her own vows. Fans are flooding the comments, screaming not again, while Yandy's Instagram Live has already gone viral for all the wrong reasons. Y'all, the footage is devastating. We're talking full meltdown, Yandy in tears, mascara running, voice cracking as she screams into the camera, "After everything I sacrificed. After I held this family down while you were locked up, you had another wife." The pain in her eyes is so raw, so real, it's got the entire cast texting each other in panic. Samantha, Erica, even the kids are caught in the crossfire. And sources say, Mendeecees is already lawyering up while the mystery bride is nowhere to be found. This isn't just cheating, this is betrayal on steroids. How long has this been going on? Who is she? And most importantly, is Yandy done for good this time? Emotions are running hotter than a summer block party. The family is officially split down the middle, and the internet is picking sides like it's the Super Bowl. But trust me, this is only the beginning. The receipts are pouring in, the phone calls are blowing up, and the next 48 hours are about to change everything we thought we knew about this power couple. Stick around, because we're about to unpack every explosive detail, every tear-soaked confession, and every shocking twist that's about to rock the entire love and hip-hop universe. You do not want to miss what happens next. Okay, so let's dive straight into the madness, because this story just keeps getting messier by the hour. Right after those leaked photos dropped like bombshells on every gossip page, Yandy couldn't even hold it together for 5 minutes. She went live again, phone shaking in her hand, tears streaming non-stop. And the first words out of her mouth were pure heartbreak. "I gave you my youth, Mendeecees. I fought for you when the world counted you out. I built this empire with you while you were behind bars. And this is how you repay me, a secret wife." Her voice broke so hard the stream glitched for a second, like even Instagram couldn't handle the pain. Fans in the comments were going absolutely wild. Thousands typing, "Leave him, sis. You deserve better, queen." Mixed with the inevitable haters saying Yandy knew what she signed up for, and Mendeecees always been a dog. But the real tea started spilling when insider sources close to the family started whispering to blogs. Apparently this mystery bride isn't some random side chick. Word is her name is Leoneliana Reyes and she's a high-end real estate investor from Miami who met Mendeecees during one of his business trips last year. Business trips Yandy thought were about expanding their brands. Turns out they were about building a whole other life. Imagine Yandy scrolling through these pics at 3 a.m., seeing her husband smiling that same smile he gave her on their wedding day, but now it's directed at someone else. The dress, the flowers, the private yacht in the background, everything screams money and secrecy. Sources say the ceremony was small, only 20 people, all sworn to silence with NDAs thicker than the plot of a soap opera. But someone took those shots and sold them for big cash because the internet doesn't lie, those images are crystal clear. Geotagged, timestamped, June 15th, Miami Beach. Yandy and Mendeecees had literally just celebrated their anniversary dinner in New York the week before. The betrayal timeline is sickening. Cut to the family group chat blowing up. Omarion, their oldest son, posted a cryptic story, just a black screen with SMH and a broken heart emoji. Infinity, the daughter they fought so hard for, hasn't said a word publicly, but friends say she's been crying in her room asking why daddy keeps hurting mommy. Mendeecees' other kids from previous relationships. Mixed reactions. Some are team dad, saying men make mistakes. Others are team Yandy, texting her, "We love you, Auntie Yandy. Don't let him break you." The Harris-Smith blended family, that VH1 loved to showcase as goals, is now officially fractured beyond repair. And then there's Mendeecees himself. Radio silent for the first 12 hours. No apology post, no explanation, nothing, but behind the scenes, chaos. Multiple sources confirm he hopped on a red-eye flight out of New York the minute the pics surfaced, headed straight to Miami, probably to confront Leanna or to lawyer up, or both. One cast member who asked to remain anonymous because this is family business told us he heard Mendeecees on the phone, yelling, "Who leaked this? Find out now." His voice was shaking, not with guilt, but with straight panic. Because if the marriage is real, it's not just divorce drama. It's bigamy allegations. It's fraud. It's the kind of scandal that could tank their businesses, their show deals, everything they've rebuilt since prison. Yandy, meanwhile, pulled herself together enough to post one single photo on her story. It's her in the mirror. No makeup, eyes red and puffy. Caption reading, "I'm not okay, but God got me." The likes poured in by the millions. Celebrities slid into her DMs: Cardi B, Remy Ma, even K. Michelle dropping, "You got this" voice notes. But the one person she needed to hear from, ghosting. Mendeecees hasn't called, hasn't texted, hasn't shown up at the house. Yandy's mom showed up instead, hugging her daughter while cameras from a potential reunion special hovered outside like vultures. That's when the first major twist hit. A second set of photos leaked. These ones aren't from the wedding. They're from last month. Mendeecees and Liana at a private dinner in Dubai. Her hand on his arm, his lips on her forehead, both laughing like teenagers. Time-stomped matches a weekend. Yandy said he was handling real estate in Florida. Florida, try halfway around the world. Fans started connecting dots faster than detectives. Old interviews resurfaced where Mendeecees swore on everything: "Yandy is my ride or die. No one else." Clips of Yandy saying, "We've been through hell and back. Nothing can break us." Now it all feels like a lie. Emotions ran so high that Erica de la Cruz, one of Yandy's closest friends in the cast, went live defending her. Yandy held this man down when nobody else would. She paid lawyers, visited every weekend, raised his kids like her own. If this is true, Mendeecees didn't just cheat, he spit on everything sacred. Samantha Wallace, Mendeecees' ex and mother of his other children, stayed suspiciously quiet at first. Then she dropped a bomb. A subtle Instagram story. A photo of her and the kids with the caption, "Some people never change." No names, but everybody knew who she meant. By now, the blogs were feasting. TMZ, The Shadaroom Balaratal, running headlines like "Mendeecees married twice. Yandy blindsided by secret wife." Fans started trending hashtag "Justice for Yandy" and hashtag "Mendeecees down." Petitions circulated asking VH1 to give Yandy her own spin-off because she deserves better than this. But underneath the outrage, there's real hurt. This isn't scripted TV drama anymore. This feels personal. Yandy built her brand on being the strong black woman who keeps her family together no matter what. Now that image is cracking, and people are watching her break in real time. Inside the house, things got even uglier. Sources close to Yandy say she confronted Mendeecees via FaceTime when he finally picked up. The call lasted 47 minutes. Witnesses in the room heard her screaming, "Who is she? How long? Did you sign papers? Are my kids gonna have another stepmom they don't even know?" Mendeecees reportedly stayed calm at first, saying, "It's complicated. Let me explain when I get back." But when Yandy pressed about the Dubai trip, he snapped, "You always assume the worst. Maybe if you trusted me more." Click. He hung up. Yandy threw the phone across the room, shattering the screen. That's when she broke down completely, collapsing on the couch, sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. Friends rushed over. Drinks were poured. Tissues everywhere. One confidant told us Yandy kept repeating, "I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid." The woman who negotiated million-dollar deals, who stared down judges, who built a management company from nothing reduced to questioning her entire reality. And the worst part, the kids heard everything. Little Ken was peeking from the stairs, asking, "Is Daddy coming home?" Yandy had to wipe her tears, force a smile, and say, "Yes, baby, soon." But her voice cracked on the lie. As the night wore on, more leaks kept coming. Text messages allegedly from Mendeecees to Liana surfaced. "Can't wait to see you again, wifey." Heart emo. Plans for a second honeymoon in Bali. Fans are dissecting every word. Is this proof the marriage is legal? Or is it just emotional affair gone nuclear? Lawyers for both sides are circling now. Yandy hired one of the best divorce attorneys in New York, Mendeecees. Sources say he's consulting big names. 2. Preparing for the fight of his life. And just when we thought it couldn't get worse, a video surfaced. Grainy cell phone footage from inside what looks like a Miami club. Mendeecees and Liana dancing close, her arms around his neck, his hands low on her back. The date, Valentine's Day. While Yandy posted a throwback of them together with My Forever, he was living a completely different forever. The clip looped across every platform. Comments exploded. "This man is ruthless." Yandy crying while he partying. The contrast is brutal. By morning, Yandy posted again. This time, a longer caption. I've always been the one to fight for us. But love shouldn't feel like war. I need time. I need space. Pray for my family. No mention of divorce yet, but the word is hanging in the air, like smoke. Mendeecees still hasn't spoken publicly. His silence is deafening. And Liana? Vanished. Phone off. Socials private. Ghosted the entire situation. This scandal isn't slowing down. Every hour brings new receipts, new tears, new sides. The Love and Hip Hop family is divided. Some castmates texting Yandy support. Others staying neutral because Mendeecees is family too. But one thing is clear. This secret marriage has ripped the mask off everything. The perfect couple facade. Gone. The unbreakable bond. Shattered. And the question everyone is asking now is simple. Can they ever come back from this? Or is this finally the end of Yandy and Mendeecees as we know them? The clock ticked past 2 a.m. and the pain didn't sleep. Yandy sat on the edge of their king-sized bed, the same bed Mendeecees used to crawl into after long studio night staring at the wedding band she still wore because taking it off felt like admitting defeat. Her phone buzzed non-stop, notifications from blogs, from friends, from strangers who suddenly had opinions on her marriage. She muted everything except one number, his, but that number stayed dark. No call. No I'm sorry. Just silence that screamed louder than any argument ever could. That's when the second wave crashed. Around 4 a.m. Eastern Time, a new anonymous account dropped what everyone called the smoking gun. Screenshots of Mendeecees' alleged second marriage certificate, state of Florida, date matching the leaked photos. Groom, Mendeecees Harris, Bride and Liana Marie Reyes. Signatures clear as day. Witnesses listed. Notary stamp. It looked real. Too real. Within minutes, the document was everywhere. Twitter, TikTok stitches, Instagram reposts with red circles around the key parts. Fans zoomed in like crime scene investigators. That's his real signature. The date is right after Yandy's birthday trip. The math hurt. Yandy saw it before her team could filter it. One of her assistants sent a screenshot with "You need to see this" before the blog spin it. She opened the file, hands trembling so bad the phone almost slipped. She stared for a full minute without blinking. Then the sob came deep, guttural, the kind that starts in your stomach and rips upward. She slid off the bed onto the floor, back against the nightstand, knees to chest, rocking like she could physically hold herself together. Her mother, who had refused to leave her side, rushed in and wrapped arms around her. "Baby, breathe, just breathe." But breathing felt impossible when the man you rebuilt your life around had legally promised forever to someone else. By sunrise, the internet had turned into a courtroom. #Yandivisbendies was trending worldwide. Side A screamed divorce him yesterday. Side B whispered, maybe it's fake. Paparazzi love to forge docs. But most people weren't buying the fake theory. The certificate matched public records formats. People started searching Florida marriage licenses. Sure enough, within hours, amateur sleuths found a redacted version in the public database. Same names, same date. Privacy laws kept the full doc hidden. But the match was enough to make stomachs drop. Mendeecees finally surfaced. Not with an apology. Not with tears. With a lawyer statement posted to his IG story short, cold, professional. Mr. Harris is aware of the recent unauthorized release of private documents and photographs. He is addressing these matters privately with his legal team. Out of respect for all involved parties, including his children, he asks for privacy during this difficult time. No, I love you, Yandy. No, it's not what it looks like. Just legalese that felt like a slap. Fans tore it apart. He can't even say her name. Protecting his image while she cries on live. Trash Yandy didn't respond right away. She couldn't. Instead, she called her pastor at dawn. They prayed over FaceTime for 30 minutes straight. When the call ended, she looked different, still broken, but something hardened in her eyes. She showered, put on a simple black hoodie and leggings. No makeup, hair in a messy bun. Then she went live. No filter. No glam squad. Just her, sitting in the home gym they built together. Weights in the background like silent witnesses. I prayed all night. She started, voice hoarse but steady. I asked God for clarity, and what I realized is I can't keep protecting a lie. I've spent years protecting Mendeecees' image, his mistakes, our family, but I can't protect this anymore. Yes, those photos are real. Yes, that certificate appears to be real. And yes, it hurts more than anything I've ever felt. She paused, wiped a tear that escaped anyway. I don't know what the future looks like, but I know I deserve honesty. I deserve loyalty. And right now, I don't have either. The live hit 2 million viewers in under 10 minutes. Comments flooded so fast the screen blurred. Love poured in. Prayers, strength emoji. But also questions. Are you filing? What about the kids? Is Liana pregnant? Yandy didn't answer any of them. She just said, I'm focusing on healing. On my babies. On me. And if that means walking away, then that's what peace looks like. Right after she ended the live, the third leak hit. Audio this time. A voice note, allegedly from Mendeecees to Liana, sent 2 weeks before the wedding pics surfaced. Baby girl, you make me feel alive again. Yandy's great, but she's always on go mode. With you I can just be. Can't wait to make it official. The voice was unmistakably his same cadence, same little laugh at the end. Someone leaked it from Liana's side. Or maybe Mendeecees' phone got hacked. Either way, it played on repeat across every blog. The betrayal wasn't just physical anymore. It was emotional, intimate, the kind of words that cut deepest because they confirmed what Yandy feared most. He wasn't just cheating, he was comparing, he was choosing. Cast reactions poured in fast. Joe Budden, never one to hold back, went live ranting. This man built his whole redemption story on Yandy's back and then stabbed her in it. Foul? Straight foul. Papoose posted a simple black square with loyalty over everything. Remy Ma reposted Yandy's live with, I stand with my sister. Period. Even Safari, who usually stays messy for clout, kept it respectful. Yandy held it down for real. Respect. But the kids. That's where it got unbearable. Omarion, now a teenager with his own following, posted his first public words. A carousel of family photos him as a baby with Yandy holding him at Mendeecees' prison visits. Holiday pics, recent ones at the crib. Caption. This woman raised me when she didn't have to. Blood don't mean everything. Love does. I got you forever, Ma. No mention of his father. The omission said it all. Infinity, still so young, didn't post. But a video leaked from a family friend story, her crying in Yandy's lap, asking why doesn't daddy love us anymore. Yandy shushing her gently, rocking her, promising he does baby, he's just lost right now. But her own tears fell into Infinity's hair. That clip broke the internet in a different way. People weren't just mad anymore. They were mourning. Mendeecees' camp tried damage control. A source close to him told Ballerult he's devastated. He never wanted to hurt Yandy or the kids. He's willing to sit down and talk when things calm down. But calm wasn't coming. Yandy's lawyer released a one-line statement. Ms. Smith is consulting with counsel regarding all available options to protect her rights and those of her children. Translation. Divorce papers were being drafted. Then came the twist nobody expected. Liana broke her silence. Not with tears or apologies. With a single Instagram post. A mirror selfie in what looked like a luxury hotel bathroom. Simple white robe. Hair wet like she just showered. No caption. Just one emoji, a white heart. The internet lost it. Was it shade? Was it guilt? Was she saying I'm the new Mrs. Harris, and I'm not hiding? Comments turned vicious. Homewreck. You knew he was married. But others defended her. He pursued her. Don't blame the woman for a man's choices. Yandy saw it. Of course she did. Friends say she stared at the photo for a long time, zooming in on Liana's face, like she was trying to understand what this stranger had that she didn't. Then she turned her phone off. Completely. For the first time in years, Yandy Smith went dark. No stories. No lives. No responses. Just silence. Behind closed doors though, the storm raged on. Sources say Mendeecees flew back to New York that night, landed at JFK under a hoodie and mask, headed straight to the house. Security let him in his house too. After all, Yandy was upstairs with the kids. When she heard the door, her whole body tensed. She told the children, stay here, and walked down alone. The confrontation wasn't filmed. No reality cameras. Just two people who once promised forever standing in the foyer they'd decorated together. Witnesses only. The nanny who overheard Bits say it started quiet. Yandy, why? Mendeecees, I messed up. I got caught up. Yandy, caught up. You signed papers. You said vows. Mendeecees, it wasn't supposed to go this far. Yandy laughed bitter broken. But it did. Voices rose. Accusations flew. You lied to my face. You smothered me with all this pressure. Blame bounced like a pinball machine. Then the worst part. Mendeecees allegedly said, maybe we both need space. Yandy's response was ice. No, you don't get to decide we need space after you built a whole other life. I decide now. And I decide you're not sleeping here tonight. He left, not stormed out. Just walked. Shoulders slumped. No fight left. The nanny said Yandy stood at the door, watching his car pull away until the taillights disappeared. Then she closed it softly, leaned against it, and slid to the floor again. But this time she didn't cry. She just whispered to herself, enough. The next morning, movers showed up. Not for her, for him. Boxes of his clothes, his sneakers, his jewelry. Yandy supervised from the kitchen island, sipping tea, face unreadable. When one of the guys asked if she was sure about certain items, she said quietly, "Take it all. I don't want reminders." And just like that, the house that used to echo with laughter felt empty. The power couple was officially separated. Not divorced yet, not reconciled, just over for now. But the story wasn't done, because while Yandy was packing up Mendeecees' life, another leak dropped. This one from Liana's phone. Messages between her and Mendeecees after the scandal broke. Her: "Are you leaving her?" Him: "I don't know. It's complicated." Her: "You promised me forever too." Him: "Give me time." The exchange ended with her last text: "Time's up." Fans saw it and flipped. He's stringing both along. Neither woman wins. The drama had officially jumped the shark into full soap opera territory. But underneath the mess, one truth kept surfacing. Yandy wasn't running. She wasn't begging. She was standing up. And for the first time in a long time, people weren't just watching her cry. They were watching her rise. The silence from Yandy lasted exactly 48 hours. 48 hours where the world held its breath, wondering if the strongest woman on reality TV had finally tapped out. Then she came back, swinging not with tears this time, but with receipts of her own. She posted a carousel on Instagram. First slide: a screenshot of their joint business accounts showing transfers she made to Mendeecees' lawyers during his prison years. 6 figures. Captioned simply, "I held it down." Second slide: photos of her signing paperwork for their management company while visibly pregnant with Ken. Third slide: a hospital pic of her holding newborn Infinity. Mendeecees nowhere in frame because he was still incarcerated. Last slide: black background, white text. "Loyalty isn't loud. It's consistent. I was consistent." The post exploded. Over 3 million likes in the first hour. Comments disabled because the hate for Mendeecees was getting too vicious even for Yandy to moderate. But the message was clear. She wasn't going to be painted as the victim who begged. She was reminding everyone, and him, who carried the family when he couldn't. Who paid bills. Who showed up for parent-teacher conferences. Who smiled for cameras while her heart was breaking behind closed doors. Mendeecees responded the only way he knew how, in private fury leaking out through close friends. Sources say he was livid about the post. Called it airing dirty laundry for clout. Allegedly told his boys, "She knows I was locked up." What did she expect? But publicly, still crickets. His team floated a vague family statement coming soon that never materialized. Instead, another leak hit, this time from someone inside Mendeecees' circle. Voicemails he left for Liana right after Yandy's confrontation. "I told her, it's complicated." She flipped. "I don't know what to do." Another one: "Maybe I should have never gone through with it, but you felt right." The pain in his voice was real, but so was the selfishness. He sounded like a man caught between two lives, not ready to choose either. Liana, sensing the tide turning, tried to pivot. She changed her profile pic to a solo shot on a beach sunset, white dress flowing, looking Caption: "Peace looks good on me." Fans dragged her mercilessly. Peace while destroying a family. You posting vacation pics while Yandy packs his stuff. But a small faction started emerging, women saying he was separated emotionally long before the papers. The internet split harder than ever. Team Yandy dominated. But Team Men Are Human gained a few loud voices. Then the kids became the real battleground. Omarion went harder. He did an IG live from his car, hood up, eyes red like he hadn't slept. "I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything's cool. My mom Yandy raised me, fed me, taught me how to be a man when my dad couldn't be there. She didn't have to, she chose to, and now people wanna act like she's the problem. Nah." He paused, voice cracking. "Dad, if you're watching, fix this. Not for the blogs. For us." The live ended abruptly. No Q&A. Just raw truth from a kid tired of pretending. Infinity's school called Yandy. The next day, teachers noticed she was withdrawn, not eating lunch. Asking classmates, "Do you have two mommies?" Yandy pulled her out for the week. Took her and Ken to a family cabin upstate. No cameras, no phones, just them. Sources close to her say it was the first time in months she slept more than 3 hours straight. She read to them, cooked pancakes, let them jump on the bed, tried to rebuild what Mendeecees broke. While she was gone, Mendeecees made his first public move. He posted a video, black and white filter, sitting on a stoop somewhere in Harlem. No music, just him talking to the camera. "I've made mistakes, big ones. I hurt people I love. I can't change the past, but I can own it. I'm sorry. To my wife, to my kids, to everyone who believed in us. I'm working on me. Therapy, accountability. Whatever it takes. He looked directly into the lens. Yandy, if you're seeing this, I still love you. Always have. I got lost, but I'm trying to find my way back. The video cut off mid. No flashy edit. No celebrity cameos. Just vulnerability, or at least the appearance of it. The internet had mixed reactions. Some melted. He finally said something real. Others scoffed. Too little too late. Where was this energy before the leaks? Yandy didn't respond. She was offline. But friends say she watched it multiple times. Cried again. Not from hope, but from exhaustion. Love isn't enough when trust is gone, she reportedly told her mom. I can forgive, but I don't know if I can forget. Back in the city, the cast started picking sides more openly. Scrappy took Mendeecees out for drinks. Old heads sticking together. Posted a pic with brothers for life. Fans called it tone deaf. Yandy's circle rallied tighter. Erica hosted a small dinner at her place. Just the women. No men allowed. They toasted to new chapters and choosing yourself. Someone recorded a snippet Yandy laughing for the first time in weeks. Real laugh. Not the polite one for cameras. That clip leaked to people said it was healing to see. But the biggest twist was still coming. A week after Mendeecees' video, Liana went live. First time ever. She sat in a minimalist white room. No makeup, hair pulled back. Looked straight at the camera. I'm not the villain here. I met a man who told me he was separated. He said his marriage was over in every way but paper. I believed him. We fell in love. We got married. When the truth came out, I was devastated too. I didn't sign up to be a home. I thought I was his future. Tears welled up. I'm stepping back. I filed for annulment this morning. I won't be the reason a family stays broken. Yandy, I'm sorry. I truly am. Silence. Then the comments erupted. Some believed her. She got played too. Others didn't. Convenient timing. Annulment so she doesn't look bad in divorce court. But the move shifted everything. Mendeecees now looked like the sole architect of the pain. No more to women fighting over one-man narrative. Just one man who lied to two women. Yandy broke her silence the next day. Not a live, not a post. A sit-down interview with a major blog, audio only, released as a podcast episode. Her voice was calm. Measured. I appreciate Liana's words. I don't hate her. I don't even hate Mendeecees right now. I'm too tired for hate. What I feel is disappointment. In him, in myself, for not seeing the signs sooner, but mostly in the version of love I accepted for too long. She talked about boundaries, about self, about teaching her daughter that a man's apology doesn't erase damage. My kids come first, always. If reconciliation happens, it happens because we both did the work, separately, not for show, not for VH1. For real. She ended with, I'm not closing the door forever, but I'm not leaving it wide open either. Right now, I'm walking through my own. The episode hit #1 on every platform within hours. People weren't just consuming drama anymore. They were taking notes. Yandy wasn't just surviving the scandal, she was rewriting the narrative. From broken wife to blueprint for healing. Mendeecees went quiet again, but sources say he started therapy for real. Checked into a facility for a 30-day program. No cameras. No updates. Just him, alone with his choices. His kids haven't seen him since the confrontation. Omarion said publicly, I'll talk when he's ready to be a father, not just a celebrity. The family home in New Jersey. Yandy redecorated. New paint. New couches. New energy. She turned the guest room into a play space for the kids. Decided it herself. And in the middle of the messiest scandal love and hip-hop has ever seen. That's the real plot twist nobody saw coming. But even with Yandy rewriting her own narrative, the storm refused to die down. 2 weeks into the separation, Mendeecees checked out of therapy early. Sources say the counselors told him he still had work to do. But he couldn't sit still, knowing his empire was crumbling in real time. He showed up at the New Jersey house, unannounced, carrying flowers and a manila envelope full of legal papers. Not divorce papers. Annulment papers for the Miami marriage. He stood on the porch in the same hoodie he wore the night he left, rain soaking his shoulders. Looking smaller than the 6-foot giant fans remembered from the show. Yandy opened the door herself. No security. No cameras rolling for VH1. Just her in yoga pants and one of the old love and hip-hop hoodies she used to wear ironically. The kids were at her mom's, so it was just the two of them face to face for the first time since that brutal foyer fight. Mendeecees spoke first, voice cracking like a teenager. I ended it, Yandy. For real, this time. Liana signed the papers yesterday. It's like it never happened on paper. He held out the envelope like proof of love. Yandy didn't take it. She just stared at him the same way she stared at those leaked wedding photos that started everything. You think a signature erases the vows, you said to her. She asked, voice steady, but eyes blazing. You think flowers fix the nights I spent explaining to our babies why daddy was in Miami instead of here? Mendeecees stepped closer, tears mixing with rain on his face. I was scared. Prison changed me. I thought I needed something light, something that didn't remind me of all the years I missed. But I was wrong. You're my light. You always were. The words hung there heavy with every prison visit, every late-night phone call, every time she held the family together while he was gone. They talked for 3 straight hours. No yelling this time. Just raw, ugly truth. He admitted the Dubai trip was planned as a honeymoon. He admitted he told Liana Yandy was emotionally unavailable after Infinity's birth. He even admitted he considered leaving Yandy for good until the leaks forced his hand. Yandy listened without interrupting, then dropped her own bomb. I met with divorce attorneys yesterday. Not because I hate you. Because I love me more than I love the version of us we sold to the world. Mendeecees looked like she'd punched him. He sank onto the porch steps, head in hands, sobbing the kind of sobs men like him never let cameras catch. That's when the real twist nobody saw coming exploded. Omarion had been hiding in the garage the whole time. He stepped out, phone in hand, recording everything. I'm done with the secrets, he said, voice shaking but strong. You both keep saying you're doing this for us, but nobody asked what we want. I want my parents together, but not like this. Not with lies. Infinity and Ken were watching from the car their grandma had just pulled up. The whole family witnessed the moment Mendeecees broke completely, begging on his knees in the rain for one last chance. Yandy didn't say yes. She didn't say no. She simply whispered, I need to see the man I married, not the one who got lost. The video Omarion posted that night changed everything. Not for clout, not for likes, but because the rawness of it humanized them both. Millions watched Mendeecees on his knees. Millions watched Yandy standing tall, refusing to crumble again. Comments flooded with "This is real love in hip-hop." Therapy worked on both of them. Cast members flooded the DMs. Erica texted Yandy, sis, if you take him back we support. If you don't, we support. Just heal. Even Samantha Wallace reached out privately saying protect your peace, whatever that looks like. But the drama wasn't over. Liana resurfaced one last time. She dropped a final statement through her lawyer claiming the annulment was mutual and wishing Yandy and Mendeecees well, but attached was a receipt showing Mendeecees had paid for her Miami condo even after the leaks. The internet lost its mind again. He was still supporting her. Yandy deserves better than half effort. Mendeecees denied it publicly this time, going live from the same stoop as before. I paid because I felt guilty, not because I was still involved. I'm done with that chapter. My chapter is here with my wife and kids, if she have me. Yandy stayed silent for 48 hours again. When she finally spoke, it was through a joint family post. A simple photo of all 5 of them on the couch. No glam, no filters. Caption family over everything. We're working on us privately. No more leaks. No more shows. Just us. The comments exploded with support, prayers, and side eyes. Some fans called it damage control. Others called it growth. Behind the scenes though, sources say they started couples counseling 3 times a week. Mendeecees sold the Miami properties. Yandy paused all joint business deals until trust was rebuilt. The kids saw their dad every day, no more disappearing acts. The Love and Hip Hop reunion special that was supposed to film next month got postponed indefinitely. Producers knew this story was too raw, too real for scripted drama. Instead, VH1 dropped a teaser for a possible Yandy solo series called Rebuilt, showing her navigating single motherhood, business empire, and maybe reconciliation. Fans are split down the middle, half begging her to leave him for good, half rooting for the comeback story of the decade. As the weeks turn into months, the world watches and waits. Will the secret marriage become nothing but a painful footnote in their love story? Or will another shoe drop and shatter everything again? Yandy walks taller now. Mendeecees shows up smaller, humbler. The family that was once divided is slowly stitching itself back together, stitch by painful stitch. But the scars remain visible every time Yandy looks at her left hand and sees the ring she still hasn't taken off. The question lingers in every comment section, every blog post, every late night live. After all the tears, all the leaks, all the public breakdowns, can a love built on prison promises and secret weddings actually survive the spotlight once the cameras stop rolling? Only time and real work will tell. But one thing is crystal clear in this wild ride of betrayal and redemption. Yandy Smith Harris is no longer just holding it down. She's holding her own crown. And nobody, not even Mendeecees, is taking that from her again. Months passed, and the headlines slowly shifted from Mendeecees' secret wife scandal to quieter stories about Yandy and Mendeecees rebuilding in private. No more explosive leaks. No more viral meltdowns. Just therapy sessions 3 times a week, couples retreats, weekend drives with the kids, and slow tentative conversations. That started with remember when, and sometimes ended in tears, but more often ended in small smiles. Mendeecees sold every property tied to that Miami chapter, paid off the last of Liana's condo as part of the clean break, and threw himself into fatherhood like it was his new full-time job. He was at every basketball practice, every dance recital, every school play, no excuses, no business trips. Omarion started calling him dad again without the hesitation. Infinity stopped asking why daddy was gone. Ken just knew his father was home. Yandy meanwhile kept building. Her management company signed to new artists. Her clothing line dropped a collection called Crowned with pieces inspired by strength and second chances. She spoke at women's empowerment events not as the betrayed wife but as the woman who chose herself first. Fans noticed the change. Her Instagram wasn't full of perfect family portraits anymore. It was real moments, messy hair after long days, tired eyes, but genuine laughs. Her kids piled on her in bed, her hands still wearing the original wedding band, because she decided forgiveness looked better on her terms than revenge ever could. The Love and Hip Hop universe watched from afar. The reunion special never happened. Instead, VH1 greenlit Yandy, rebuilt a docuseries following her solo journey with occasional glimpses of Mendeecees, only if both agreed. The first trailer dropped and broke records. Yandy narrating over footage of her walking alone on a beach at sunrise, voice steady. I used to think love meant holding on no matter what. Now I know real love means knowing when to let go and when to fight for what's worth saving. The comments flooded with pride. Queen finally got her flowers. This is growth, not drama. But nothing stays perfect in this world. Whispers started again. A blurry photo of Mendeecees at a late-night studio session with a female producer surfaced. Nothing explicit, just proximity. Fans held their breath waiting for round 2. Yandy addressed it in a quick story. We talk, we trust, we communicate. That's the difference between then and now. No meltdown, no live rant, just calm. Mendeecees posted the next day a simple black and white of their wedding rings on a nightstand. Caption still here, still choosing? The internet exhaled. For once no one rushed to cancel. Growth looked like boring sometimes, and boring felt like peace. The family started showing up together again. Holiday posts, birthday dinners, even a low-key vow renewal. Not for cameras, just them, the kids' close friends, and a small backyard ceremony where Mendeecees cried harder than Yandy ever had publicly. He promised in front of everyone, I'll spend the rest of my life making sure you never doubt my loyalty again. Yandy responded simply, I believe you, and I choose you. Again. Infinity threw flower petals. Ken clapped like it was the best show ever. Omarion stood tall, wiping his eyes, pretending it was allergies. Is it perfect? No. Trust rebuilds brick by brick, not overnight. There are still hard days. Still triggers when old photos resurface. Still nights Yandy wakes up wondering if she made the right call. But she has tools now. Boundaries. Therapy. A support system that doesn't just cheerlead but holds her accountable. Mendeecees has accountability partners, real ones, not just yes men. They check in daily. No secrets. No separate phones. No business trips without full transparency. The secret second marriage that once threatened to destroy everything became the catalyst that forced them both to grow up. Fans still argue in comment sections. Some say, Yandy settled. Others say she won by choosing healing over headlines. But the people who matter most, the kids, the inner circle, even some castmates who stayed neutral, see to people who almost lost it all and fought like hell to get it back, smarter, stronger, and more honest. So where does the story end? It doesn't. Not really. Love stories in the spotlight never truly close. They just evolve. Sometimes sometimes beautifully. But right now, in this moment, Yandy and Mendeecees Harris are together, not because of the cameras, or the contracts, or the brand, but because after all the pain, all the public tears, all the leaked secrets, they looked at each other and chose to stay. And that choice, louder than any viral moment, feels like the realest redemption arc of all. Yo, if you made it this far, thank you for riding this wild emotional roller coaster with me. What do you think? Did Yandy make the right call, giving him another chance, or should she have walked for good? Drop your honest takes in the comments below. I read every single one. Smash that like button. If this drama had you glued to your screen, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next explosive update, because trust me, in this family, nothing stays quiet for long. Subscribe if you're new here. We unpack all the messiest reality TV stories, no filter, no holding back. Hit that bell, turn it all the way up, and tell me in the comments, Team Yandy forever, team walk away, or team they might actually make it. I want to hear from you. Love y'all, stay messy, stay real, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.